Substance. I'm glad you asked about substance because that is what controls your life. But the substance does not actually control your life. You control your life. Every human being has their own universe within this own universe. Every human creates their own world in this world. Every human creates their own belief system of what they want to believe and what they do not want to believe. Yes, you are taught a lot of things that you do not want to know about, or you're taught a lot of things that you do want to know about, but you still have the deciding factor in that situation to decide what it is that you want to know and what it is that you do not want to know. So this is what we're talking about. What is that substance that causes a human to create something in their life, be it good things or bad things? What does that to you individually? As an individual, what creates substance in your life? That thing is your thoughts. The way that you think is the way you create everything around you in your own world. There are people that live in New York City, in the Bronx, that have never left the Bronx of New York City and never traveled across the whole world that's out there for everyone to travel. Then there are people that come from small towns that travel and went all over the whole United States, the whole United States of America. Then there are people that traveled all over the whole globe, many countries throughout their lives, because that's the way that they think. And if they think that way, they create that for themselves and for themselves individually. So if you are a person that have situations on your job that you do not like, stop talking about those situations that you do not like and start talking about the situations that you want to create on that job site. If you're a person that has never left your town that you live in and want to go out and travel into another world and into another place, you have to start dreaming of being that person. If you want to become an astronaut, you cannot become an astronaut by raising sheep your whole entire life. You must start thinking and dreaming up. When I say dream, I mean through your day as basically what we call a daydream. That you're taking your mind as you're out there shoveling those sheep dung and shoveling hay to feed those sheep. You are thinking of what it would be like to be an astronaut. What do you have to go through? What kind of training that you need to go through in life to become an astronaut? That is what I mean when I say dream it up. You have to go into the end results of what it would be like to become an astronaut. You have to think about it. You have to read magazines. You have to get on computers and find out what it takes for you to become an astronaut. You cannot become an astronaut by staying in the barn feeding sheep. You must come out of that, and the only way you're going to come out of that atmosphere of feeding sheep in that barn is by using your thoughts, using your mindset to think up a new way of being. And that new way of being is, what does an astronaut do? What is the end results of you making it to become an astronaut? So the way you start off those things, simple. It's very simple. If you want to become somebody that's better than what you are now, the simple way to do that is look around, read magazines, look on the internet, look on your telephone, look at the other people that are doing those things, and how would that feeling feel within yourself to become rich? How would it feel for you to own a 30-room mansion with 12 bathrooms? How would that feel if you own that? Guess what? You'll never get that if you are always complaining about the way that you see other people achieving their life goals and other people achieving the things in life that they're doing it on their own way. Just because Bill Gates became a multi-billionaire in the area, in the field that he done that in, that does not mean that you can do it the same way that he done it. You can go about it by doing it a different way than what he did it. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates are in two different businesses, but they use their mindset in a certain way to become a multi-billionaire. That's thinking, the way that they think is within you as an individual. But guess what? You most of the time use your mindset to complain and gripe about what substance you see that they have or other people around you create. You complain about the substance and the way that they use their mindset to do what they do. Stop worrying about what other people have done if you're not trying to be on the same level that they are. If you're trying to become somebody different, all you need to do is think, okay, how would I feel if I had $1 million? What would I do with that $1 million? Guess what? What you do with your $1 million and what I do with $1 million are totally two different things. You need to find out what it is that you would do with your million. How would you feel to have your $1 million? Don't think about me with my million and whether I buy Teslas and Maseratis with my money and then turn around and do other things, buy homes in Texas, buy homes in Florida. Whatever I do with my money, that's my money to do what I want to do. So let me teach you how to use your mindset, which is your substance, to create that stuff into your own life. Do not just beg me for the money. Beg and ask me simply. This is a free gift that I'm giving you. Let me give you something that can create not only $1 million in your life, but it can create multiple $1 million in your multiple millions and millions of dollars in your own life, simply by using your imagination, which is your substance. Your thoughts can create a new life for you. Do not try to get upset with someone because they won't give you a handout of cash money. Jesus Christ told people that I'm not going to give you money. I'm going to give you something greater. And that greater is within each individual person. It's in your heart. It's in your soul. It's your mind. It's your thoughts. You can use your thoughts to go anywhere in this world, create anything in this world that you want to create just by using your thoughts. And your thoughts are your substance to getting what it is that you want in life. You can do whatever you choose to do if you put your mind to it, put your thoughts on it, go at it, try it, fight for it, work at it with your thoughts. Use your thoughts to create a world that you need to have to make it to where you go to the next level. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett has nothing in them no different than what you have inside of you. The only difference is they use their mind on a daily basis to create a different goal for them to achieve. Guess what? When you complain about stuff and you gripe about things, guess what you're doing? You're creating that for you tomorrow. The more you complain about a situation today, tomorrow, that is the seed that you planted for that to come back into your life the next day. Someone planted this plant. Guess what? As this plant grows, it's going to create the same kind of plant. When it drops a seed or grows out of a root, it's going to create what it is designed to create. And this is what is created to become, this type of a plant. If you put in a certain type of a seed, that's the seed that's going to grow up. So if you put in a negative seed, you're going to get a dead plant. If you put in a positive seed, you're going to get a positive growing plant. You're going to get a beautiful growing plant. That is what you're creating when you create thoughts. Use your thoughts to create substance in your life for tomorrow. It's just like lifting weights. You cannot go out and pick up 500 pounds immediately if you've never done that before in your life. What you have to do is you have to start on goals every day, achieving to get up and up and up. If you drop down and you can do 1,000 push-ups at one time, guess what? You must learn how to do those 1,000 push-ups at one time, in one set, in one rep. You cannot do those 1,000 push-ups if you're not trained to do that. You must train your body and your mind to be able to reach different goals for your life. If you want to change your whole life around, you want to make 180 degrees. Most people say 360, but 360 means that you go back to the same point. You want to make 180 degrees. That means turn your back on the way that you're living now and go in a different direction. So, if you want to go in a 180 degree direction, what you need to do is simply think one thought. What would I feel like if I change my mind from being negative to being positive? The next minute goes by. What would it feel like if I put my mindset on thinking positive instead of thinking negative? You're taking baby steps, one thought at a time, to become somebody different. You didn't learn how to get negative just by thinking of good things. You learned how to become negative by thinking one negative thought after another negative thought. One negative thought after another negative thought. You must change that within your life. Start thinking one positive thought after another positive thought, another positive thought. You have to keep thinking positive thoughts if you want a different result in life. But guess what? Most of you are comfortable being negative. You love to be negative. You love for everyone around you to be negative. You walk up to them and you talk negative to them. Guess what? I don't want that in my life. So I am teaching you how to change from thinking negative about people and about substance and about circumstances that creates a substance in your life, which is called negativity. You must change that and become positive. Become a positive thinker. Become a positive person. You must do that by one thought at a time. One thought at a time. Become positive. Think positive. Act positive. Walk with your shoulders up and your head up high. Be somebody. Be strong within yourself so that when you walk by somebody, they can feel a good energy, not a bad energy where you're walking with your head down, you're walking sad, you're looking mad. Guess what? It's a lot of mad people in this world. And guess what? You can join those people if that's the kind of life that you want to live. But I am not one of those people. I want a change in my life. So the only way that I know to change my life is to put a good thought up here. So when I think a good positive thought up here, guess what I'm going to get? A positive thought in my life out here. I am going to create a world that is positive because I am using my mindset, which is a thought, to create substance for my life for tomorrow. Every day that I live, I use my thoughts to create a better world for me and my spouse. By thinking and dreaming, what would it feel like for me to be able to take care of her? What would it feel like for me to be able to take her to California on a trip? What would it feel like for me to go hiking in the Alps with her? What would it feel like to take my wife to Bora Bora? What would it feel like within myself, just my thoughts? What would it feel like for me to take my wife to Norway? I'm using my mindset to do this. I'm using my thoughts to create this. Some days when I come home from work, I am so mentally tired for simply trying to use my mindset to think of something positive versus thinking of something negative. So it makes me feel like I am doing running a marathon throughout the day. But guess what? When I get home to my house, I can relax, I can sit back, I can get in my bed, I can chill out, and I can just dream of what it would feel like for me to take my wife on a 2-week trip to Bora Bora. All expense paid, where she don't have to worry about a thing. What would it feel like for me to take her those places and have a massage and people to wait on her hand and foot? What would it feel like for me to be able to afford to do that for her? What would it feel like for me to take the pressure off of her? What would it feel like for me as a man to pay all the bills in my household, pay all the car notes in my household, pay the car insurance? What would that feel like for me as a man, as a guy, as a person that's married to someone else? How would I feel as a man to be able to do that for my wife? That is the substance that I put into my heart. I put that into my mind and into my being. How would I feel? What is the end results of that? How would I feel to be able to do all of these things for my wife? How would I feel to be able to put nice jewelry on her, buy her purses and bags and things that she's never had before in her life? How would I feel? How would I feel to be able to be her lion, to take care of her? How would I feel to be that person that creates a world that she's happy in? How would I feel to be able to teach her, to use her mindset to think of the things that she wants in life? And how would I feel to be able to teach her to use her mindset to create a substance that she can use to create things in her life on a daily step by step basis? How would I feel? How would I feel to teach my children this? How would I feel to be able to teach my children how to use this substance in their life? I have a problem with my children now in life because they see me go from one level of life to the next level of life, and they want the money that I created in these different stages of life. They want the cash dollar for me to hand that to them. But I'm telling you, no, that is not what you need from me. What you need from me is for you to be able to sustain your life, grab a hold to your own life with your mindset, with your thoughts, and create a world better than me, where you can become a multi-millionaire with your mindset, with your thoughts. Not because I go and give you $10,000 for you to blow it tomorrow on something stupid, and then next week you're asking me for the same $10,000 that I've used my mindset and my substance to get and build a better life for me. Why should I give you the money when the money means nothing? But if I teach you that the substance of what you think up here in your mind is what is going to get you an endless amounts of money. It's no limit, it's no cap on the things that you can do with your thoughts. So use your thoughts every time you think about it. Think positive. Think positive. If you see two people arguing in a car, don't say, oh, look at them. Quita and Willie over there just arguing and fussing at each other. They deserve each other. They need to be with each other because that's all they do all the time. All you see them doing is fussing and arguing. Think something positive. And if you think something positive within your thoughts, guess what? If I'm thinking and having a positive day, most of the time, negative situations, I overlook them because I'm not looking in that direction. My focus is on something that's positive. And if I got my focus on something positive, the substance of my mind will not even allow that to come into my circle because my focus is on positive. So if I'm thinking Bora Bora, taking and putting my feet in the water, hanging it over the balcony, and just chilling out on the dock, and just having a great time, just enjoying myself, just enjoying the cool water, guess what? My focus will not see Willie and Quita over there fussing and arguing in a car. I only see those things when I think about your problems or think about everybody else's problems. I can change the way that I see things on a daily basis simply because by the way that I think. If I put my mindset to thinking of nice things and taking care of my home, taking care of my wife, taking care of cutting my grass, taking care of building nice tables and things like this for my wife, things to grow and have something nice in my own home. When I think about those kind of things, that's why people think about plants and nature, because with this stuff here is no chaos. With dealing with flowers and plants, it's no chaos. Guess what? Everything is smooth. That's why people that live in nice neighborhoods don't want riffraff coming through their neighborhood with loud radios playing, speakers all outside of the car. And I used to be into all of that stuff too. But guess what? I grew up. I'm almost 51 years old. In August, I will be 51 years old. I used to think like a child. Now I think like an adult. It is people that's older than I am that's still thinking like children, because the mindset that they think with thinks on a different level. If you want a different level of life, you must change your mindset. You must change what you think about. People that want to become movie stars and actors and actresses, what they have to do is they have to become the role that they want to portray. They have to become that person within their mindset, within their soul. At the time that they're shooting that movie, they may shoot that movie for 2 years. Every time they get onto that set, they have to build themselves up to become that person that they're playing in that role. Guess what? If you want a different lifestyle, you must turn away from the lifestyle that you're living in right now. You must change that energy. Put your substance, which is your thoughts, put your thoughts on a new thought, which is, how would I feel if I was a millionaire? How would I feel if I was on that vacation in Bora Bora? How would I feel if I had a Maserati SUV sitting out in my yard? How would I feel if I had a Tesla that I can take my telephone and summons my car to come out of the driveway into my front door so I can step into it and go and leave and go to work, and that car drive me to work? How would I feel if I was driving that kind of vehicle? If you wanted an Infiniti, or if you want a Lamborghini, if whatever it is that you want, how would you feel? Don't watch the rappers on TV and get upset with them for having $20,000, $40,000, $60,000, $100,000 necklace on, and guess what? You don't have it and you're mad with them. Their mindset put that on them. Change your mindset and you can get the same thing. You don't have to go out and rob and steal and kill to try to get that. It's other ways to do that. If you have to rob someone or sell drugs or kill someone to get what you want in life, that means that you have a small mindset. That means that you're not using your mindset to think of a different, broader way to create wealth in your life. If you're on a job and you want to leave that job, create a way out. And the way you create that way out is think. Use your mindset to create a way out. Use your mindset to get at a different level, from one level to the next level to the next level. People, that's all I do with my life. I create my life by my thoughts. You create your life by your thoughts, but you don't believe that. You think that everyone around you created your life. That's not true. You created your own life by the way that you think. You created the very husband that you are living with. You created the very wife. You created those 3 boyfriends that you have, or those 3 girlfriends that you have, or whatever it is that you've created. If you got a drama-filled relationship with 1 girl or 2 girls, or a girl and a boy, you created that yourself by the way that you think. If you want a different lifestyle, think of how would you feel if you was not in that situation, but in a new situation. The same way that you got the things that you got in your life right now is simply because the way that you think. So stop thinking that way and start using your mindset to create a new substance, which will create a new lifestyle for you. That is all you do. You use your mind to think of what it would feel like within me to have a 86-inch TV on the wall, or 200-inch TV on the wall. What would it feel like if you had those things in your life? What would it feel like for you to be able to go to the grocery store and fill your buggy up and not have to count pennies? What would it feel like for you to go to the grocery store and swipe your card and don't have to worry about how much money? When I go fill up my cars with gas, I do not worry about how much it costs to buy gas. I buy the best gas that's on the market because that's the way that I think. I want the best on me. I want the best clothes. I want the best jewelry. I want the best for me. I got braces on my teeth, and I told the people that I wanted gold braces. See? Gold. That means, I seen a lady that's been in the dentist business for years. She told me the other day, she said, I've never seen gold braces before. I said, because I want something different. I want to be different. That means my mindset thinks different. Your mindset thinks the way that you think. Your mindset thinks the way that you think simply because that's the way that you have programmed your mind over the time and the years that you have been living. You programmed your own mind. You did it by simply allowing thoughts and things to enter in and give you a feeling and give you emotions of what it is that you wanted to lock up here in your mindset. So guess what? You got what you wanted, and you are mad because that's what you wanted in life. If you're mad with that, don't be mad with the substance that you created in your life. Don't be mad with your life. Just change your thoughts. If you change your thoughts, you can change your life. I'm telling you this because I have been there, done that. It has been a time where I have given out of gas before in my life in a car and didn't even have money to be able to get by. I've had flat tires on cars and didn't even have a spare. Guess what? That's because I thought like that. That's because I allowed somebody to teach me to think like that, and I accepted that within my mindset, and I lived that way. And when it happened to me, I can't get mad with somebody else because I'm driving an old raggedy car with no tires on it. But guess what? Now my mindset thinks on a different level. It thinks on a different level. I had to change the way that I think to become to a new level. And guess what they say? New levels bring new devils. But guess what? It's no such thing as a new devil. Because the same old people you had down there at the bottom of the world, at the bottom of the list, they're still up here. All you have to do is change your mind and say, no, I'm not going to deal with that situation that way. I'm not going to hand out money to homeless people. I'm going to hand out thoughts. I'm going to hand out something that can create them to make where they can go to a new level in life. Guess what? Some homeless people, helping them financially does not help them. Some people that have money, some people that you know, family members, friends and family that you are close to, you cannot help them by giving them your money. And guess what? When you try to give them your thoughts, they say, oh, you're foolish. That's dumb. I can't do that. You do that, but I'm not going to do that. But then they see you driving nice things. Then they see you paying your bills. They see you making it. They see you doing this and living a lavish lifestyle, flying private jets all over the world. And then guess what they say? Can you send me $2,000? Can you send me $3,000? I need this. My rent's behind. I need to put money on getting this and getting that in my life. And when you tell them no, I can't do that because I use my mindset to create the stuff that I want in my life, and let me teach you how. Guess what? They get mad. They hang up the phone. And guess what? If they hang up and don't want to be bothered with you, guess what? That's one less person that you have to worry about on life. But now you can also use your mindset to say, you know what? I'm just going to use my mindset to create a better world for them. And whether they get that gift or whether they accept that gift, it will come back to you a greater gift. If I put my mindset and say, I'm going to think that all of my children are going to become wealthy people. And guess what? I just leave it alone. And I just let God handle that situation. I just let the universe shape and mold the thought that I sent out. And if my children does not accept that from me as me saying that you are going to become wealthy, if they don't accept that, guess what? It will fly back to me, and it will help me grow at a new level in life. And guess what? I have not did anything wrong to them, but I can go out there and give them $50,000 and $60,000 a piece. And guess what? Some of them may use drugs till they take themselves on the opposite end. Some of them may go and spend too much money in one place and spend all of their money. And guess what? They'll still be mad with me when that $50,000 a piece is gone. They're going to still be mad with me because they're going to need more money. And they don't know how to take their mind and create a better world. Now, guess what happened? That same $50,000 that I gave out to them, it's not going to come back to me like my thought is. My thought that I sent out and say that my children are going to become wealthy people in their lives, every one of them, guess what? That thought will come back if they don't accept it. But if I give them the $50,000 each for them to have, they're going to spend that money. It's going to go out into the world, and it will not come back to me because they accepted that gift and they spent it out. The thing that they needed to accept from me was the thought of how do I create my own world to get like my dad did. How do I change my life like my dad? I talked to my dad one day on the telephone after years of hard living that we went through coming up as teenagers and as young kids. But guess what? The very things that my dad taught me when I was a little boy, here's some of the results right here. See this table right here, this desk that I made for my wife? My dad taught me when I was a kid how to use a tape measure and how to cut wood on a saw and how to do things. And if you did not know how to do that, son, my dad would also teach you to try to go out and learn from somebody that do know and watch. Guess what? Your telephone, this internet right here, you can pull up anything on this internet you want to do. It's not just designed for porno. It's designed for you to take and make whatever you want in your life. You can do it right here on one of these computers. You can do it on your telephone. And today, it's a lot easier for you to learn how to do anything. You can learn how to plant flowers. You can learn how to make glasses. You can learn how to make vase. You can do it all. You can learn how to make these kind of glasses. Whatever you desire to do. You can learn how to make jewelry. You can learn how to make watches. Whatever you want to do. If you use that simple telephone that you get up every morning and watch TikTok on, and you get up every morning and watch somebody on Facebook beat somebody else up or rob somebody, or somebody in a convenience store gets shot. If you use your telephone for that, guess what? That's the kind of life that you live. If you want a different lifestyle, use that same telephone that you watch somebody got shot in TikTok, turn that to somebody else. TikTok has something on there that's positive. Go to that. Motivational. Go to my channel, Marty Calloway, YouTube. You will see me on there. Guess what? Giving you positive information. If you want to become rich, simply go to something positive. It's there. You can use your thoughts to become rich, or you can keep using your thoughts to stay poor. Stay the way that you are. Don't get mad with me because you're poor. Don't get mad with me because you are not doing what you're supposed to do. Simply use your thoughts to change your life, and you will create a different lifestyle for yourself. That is all it is. Use your mindset, your thoughts, to create your substance that you want in your life. Create it for yourself. Create it for yourself. You must do this if you want to change in your life. That's it. Change your life by changing the way that you think. How would it feel if I had the dream that I want? How would I feel? You must think, how would you feel? What would be the emotional state if you had money, if you were rich? How would you feel within?